Hello, welcome, Devil Sniper here, and this is episode number 2 of our career mode with West Ham United. Firstly, I just want to say thank you so much for the views, the support, and the comments on the first episode. Really means a great deal to me. And you will see within this episode that the Daily Jaffa actually takes a twist upon your comments, but more will be revealed later in the episode. So we're going to have a look at the contract, something that we need to do, see what sort of state Sam has left us in if we need to renew some contracts. As you can see, Reece Burke at the top, 7-year contract. Well done, fella. Chambers on a 6-year deal. We've got some players on nice deals. A few players we might have to have a look at on 2-year deals. I don't want them running down contract-wise. That would be the worst thing that could possibly happen. And we have quite a few players on 1-year deals. Ravel Morrison, Reedy, Demel, O'Brien. These are the players. We need to get these contracts tied up, sorted out, contact the agents, put the plan together and start issuing the actual negotiations, which we're going to do straight away because I want to get my boys signed up. You know, I don't want to be left where players are 6 months left on their contract, 8 months left on their contract and come to me and say, look, I'm done. I'm going to be leaving at the end of my contract. That is the worst possible scenario. So we're going to be offering a lot of players, a lot of contracts. It's going to impact on our transfer budget and our transfer fund, but I'm not really bothered. This is quite a serious situation in my personal opinion. It's something that needs to be addressed. And to be honest with you, I'm surprised that Big Sam let it run down to this sort of situation. I feel it's quite a negative effect that it will have on the team. So hopefully by offering these contracts, the boys will get some confidence and they'll see that I have faith in their ability to stay at the club. A few players will obviously have to wait for contracts because I want to see how they do in reserve team games, how they do in training, if they can break into the first team, if they've got the passion that I demand from my players, the quality that I demand from my players. I demand passion and quality. I demand my players to give me 110%, and I want to do it in a good way, in a friendly way. You'll see that from the training session we'll have a little bit later within the video. But as you can see, the contracts are coming in thick and fast. George Moncur is a player, as I said. You know, I came to West Ham. He went to Colchester United. We kept tracks on him at Colchester, and he's a very good player, and I believe he's got a bright future in the game, so we will be having a look at him. Now, when I signed my contract with the board, when I was speaking to Sullivan and Gold, they basically said, look, we've spent a huge amount of cash, and we basically don't want you to spend any money until January if you have to, and ideally until next summer. Now, I understood the terms and conditions, and I signed the contract quite willingly. But I did say to him, look, I want you to invest in me. Give me some money because I want to go out and I want to get a world-class scout. Objective complete. We have just picked ourselves up a world-class scout. Yes, it was a huge investment, but it's hopefully going to be worth it. Now, something I missed from the last episode, from the friendlies, Morgan has been injured. He's torn his hamstring and will be out for 6 weeks, which is devastating. Now we receive a transfer offer from Stoke City for £4.2 million for Downing, who has literally just turned 30. He's worth a little bit more, you know, 4.5 to just over 5 million. I've got to say, I honestly sat there and thought to myself, do you know what? This is a great opportunity. He's 30 years old. Let's move him on, bring someone else in. And I thought, no, you know, I signed the contract with the board. I wouldn't bring any players in. And to be honest with you, Downing is a very good player. You know, I've gone through his profile, I've gone through his statistics. He's a solid player. And to be honest with you, I'm not prepared to let him go, and I won't be. Now, we get an offer for Ravel Morrison, 3.2 million quid. You know, the boy is worth anything between 8 to 13. To me, you know, he could become priceless. You know, he's such a young talent, such a potentially good player. I need to bring the best out of him. Hopefully, I have the ability to do that. But for now, he is not leaving the club. Now, getting back to the contracts, as you can see, Noble signed the contract. Moncur, Tompkins, DeMille, Adrian, Vaztay, Ravel Morrison have all extended their contracts. The only player who hasn't come back to us just yet is Winston Reid. And I am a little bit worried about that, but I will be having a chat with his agent as soon as I've done and dusted in the office today, and we'll get that settled. Now, the scout, I felt it was very important that I wanted to bring someone into this career that would stamp my sort of authority and give my sort of aspect of how I want the team to play. So I'm going to send our scout out to Brazil, and he's going to find me someone technically gifted, hopefully someone with a lot of flair, and that's what I really want to see, a player with lots of flair. Now we're going to move into inside West Ham. Now this is actual training. These are my training methods that I use with the boys. As you can see, I'm highlighting Aaron Creswell. Now, Lezz, I'm doing Lezz because I want to see how he does under pressure. You know, I think the boy is a very good player, you know, but I want to see him go to the next level. I feel that perhaps his short passing isn't the strongest part of his game. And this training session, or this training technique, is an ideal way to increase his ability on short passing. As you can see, what he has to do, he has to play 1-2s and then manoeuvre the ball into the little target at the end. That way, it makes him a little bit sharper, and it's something I've been working on. And again, utilising the fact that he's not the greatest at short passing, this training session gives you 4 targets at the end. You've got to hit the target that we light up, and what you have to do is play nice little 1-2s, nice little short passing combos, and hopefully score a point at the end. And this is my way of trying to get Creswell to that next level on short passing and hopefully take his game to the next level. Now, obviously, we will be doing this with quite a few players, all different techniques that we have lined up. Obviously, you know, Big Sam had his way of doing things, a lot of physical work, you know, a lot of long ball work, but I'm not into that. I don't want to be doing the long ball work. I want us to be playing nice, intricate football, playing pleasurable football on the eye, you know. I want it to be visually a joy for you to watch. So, as you can see, this is what we're going to be doing. We will highlight another player in a coming episode. Let me know who you would like me to highlight as a player to be able to do a training session with, and we can see if we can make that happen with the West Ham TV lads. Now, I've been reading the newspapers, and a few clubs have linked us to potential targets for January and perhaps next summer. The first one is Trap, or as I know him, Trappy, a player who I actually do quite admire. I feel he's a very solid goalkeeper, and if Adrian doesn't have a good season, we could see us making a move for him. I'd like to know who you think we should be linked to so we can actually concentrate on doing something pre-January. We can scout the players throughout the season, and we can bring you like little snippets of transfer targets. Now, of course, Connor Wickham has been linked to us very heavily, but we've sort of overloaded this moment in time with strikers. But in saying that, Andy Carroll is a big worry. I've got to make sure I can keep him 100% fit. If I can keep him 100% fit, perhaps we won't have to worry about bringing in a centre forward. But if I can't, we have the likes of Connor Wickham, who's being heavily linked. And of course, there's the audacious Raul Jimenez, who's been linked to us. I'm not 100% sure why. He's just gone to Atletico Madrid, but there is rumours that he'll be looking to go out on loan come next summer. So we'll have to wait and see. The Daily Jaffa. #1 for news, #1 for sports. Still at its competitive 35 pence. Fans not impressed with Locke. Jarvo blanked by Locke. The West Ham United fans were not impressed with Locke at his first official club presentation, where he spoke about the players he has in his current squad. An element from the home fans took great offence to Locke as he referred to Nolan in such a positive light. Locke, when asked about his comment, stated, "Look, my mother is a lifelong Hammers fan, and she has a soft spot for Nolan, and I want my old dear to feel special. I have told Nolan he will either fight for his place or he can leave. I don't believe in having favourites at my club." Locke went on to say he felt disappointed, but he could understand why the Hammers fans felt angry at him. But he hopes they continue to show this passion, and he will reward their faith with trophies. When Locke was approached about Matt Jarvis, who he didn't discuss in his first official club presentation, he stated, "I am not used to all the IT. I now have programs that are all new, and I just made an error. No one has to worry about Jarvo. He isn't going anywhere. He is claret and blue and will be for years to come. I've spoken to Jarvo about the matter, and he is 100% okay with the error. It is clear to see Locke won't hide from the fans, and he will always be 100% up with the claret and blue army." Ravel contract. Ravel Morrison was delighted Locke had offered him a new contract the same day he started with the club. Ravel stated, "Locke came and saw me and said, I have a new deal on the table. Get your agent in, you're signing for me now, fella." Ravel feels Locke can take him to the next level. So hopefully you enjoyed the Daily Jaffa, and you can see that I've geared the Daily Jaffa towards what you guys say in the comment section below. You picked up on what I said about Nolan, and I used that in the Daily Jaffa. Now, my thoughts on Nolan are not reflected in these videos. I personally don't particularly like the lad, but that's by the by. I just wanted to use it as a way of creating a storyline and getting you guys involved. Hopefully you did enjoy that. I did reply to the chap who posted in the previous video just to say, look, no hard feelings, etc. Just feel free to post and have a laugh. But anyway, enough of that. Let's get into it because we've got our first game of the season. Look at the fans. They look fantastic. The boys are coming out on the pitch. We're at home and we are playing Tottenham Hotspur. This is our lineup. We're going with the 4-2-3-1. We've got a solid brick wall in the form of Alexander Song and Kare, aka the Tank, aka the brick wall. These two are going to be phenomenal. Downing out on the right hand side, we've got Zarate out on the left, Valencia up top, and I've got Nolan just playing in the hole in between Valencia and split in between Song and Kare. Hopefully that's going to work out. I didn't feel the boys were ready just yet to go all out attack and use the 4-3-3. I thought I'd try the 4-2-3-1. I know they're very well versed in it, but hopefully they're going to adapt to my style of football, which is passing football, and see how we can progress from there. So it's Tottenham with the kickoff of the first game of the season. Hopefully you're as excited as I am. Spurs have just kicked off. The season is now officially underway. Davis down the left-hand side, looking to break through, but Jenkinson reads the situation well. Looks up, spies Valencia, plays a wonderful ball into the feet of Valencia. Valencia, in turn, plays a great ball into Zarate, but Kyle Walker comes across and blocks it. We put up with Ben Davis into Chadley. Chadley plays the ball into Paulinho. Paulinho's hit the bar, hit the post, sorry. Soldado hit the bar and post. How did that not go in for Spurs there? But Chadley again. Spurs really coming out and having a go at West Ham. But Kare with a great tackle. The ball comes to Soldado. Soldado into Chadley. And what a last-ditch tackle from James Tompkins. The boy is an absolute legend. That's why we love him. And as we join it with Kare looking cool, calm, collected, looking for some options. But he just dumped on the floor by Chadley. That was a horrific challenge from behind. Surely the referee's going to have to give him red. It's a yellow card. I'm quite shocked at that. He made no attempt to go for the ball there. He goes straight through the back of Kare. That is a disgraceful challenge. You see, the ball's gone away. And he's just gone straight through the back of him. Disgraceful challenge. That could have been a career-ending challenge there and then. But we pick it up. Alexander Song knocking the ball out to left-hand side into Creswell. Creswell into Zarate. Zarate opens his body up. Oh, he's hit the bar. What an audacious shot there from Zarate. Absolutely fantastic shot. We've got to have another look at that. Opens his body up. Beats Lloris. All ends up. It's just too high. Hits the bar and comes down. Absolutely magnificent football there. Inspirational football from Zarate. Absolutely fantastic. Again, Davis down this left-hand side. But look at West Ham's defending. Reedy comes across, dominates the situation, and knocks the ball out. The referee's blowing the half-time whistle. And I'm sorry to say, I am going to tease you. I didn't want to make the episode overly long. Hopefully you've enjoyed this episode number 2. Hopefully you can see where I'm going with this career mode. And hopefully you'll join me for episode 3 tomorrow. Until then, I will catch you later.
I used to dream about cars.